I love when also Nathan will just randomly send me pictures of like either a new gun or just a gun that he's done something with, and I'm just like, yeah.
Yes, because you're like the one person who's autistic enough to look at it and be like, yes, good job installing that, like, insert very specific...
Yeah, I look at it and I'm like, oh, is that a such and such? And you're like,
Yes.
yeah, it is.
Dude, I was so into that stuff back when I lived on the wrong side, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
It does, because you can't
Yeah.
have it, so you obsess over it.
You obsess, and like I lost sleep thinking about setups that I'd potentially
You
do.
still
And
freaking
now I'm
do.
here, I'm just like, $100 Taurus.
For reference, this man will message me at like 3 o'clock his time, and he'll just randomly be like, "Yeah, I was thinking of a tier list for guns. What do you think would be like, grey tier? I think maybe like an HI Omni." I'm like,
Just
yeah, I like
this
this
is
chat,
my
but
sleep
it's 3 o'clock.
paralysis thoughts, my tismo.
You're listening to the Art and More podcast with your hosts, Nathan and BR. Nathan is a Canadian illustrator with a couple years of military experience, and BR is a British anarchist that moved to the States. Both are passionate shooters and community builders. Together, they run the Seaburn art page. Enjoy the show.
Sorry I just kind of hit record because Tacticon Armament came up, and I hate those guys.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Yeah, I just wanted to start this while I was thinking about them because it makes me really...
Let's see
gives
if
me
BR censors it or not.
Maybe BR will censor this. Maybe they got friends in the industry that we don't want to piss
Maybe
off.
I'll get
I don't give a
censored.
shit. I hate those guys.
Talking about Tacticon Armament, it gets him fired up. It really gets him going.
It gets me really fired up. Like, like what was it that you were thinking? Just like doing a build with like all Tacticon and Olight and all of those things on them.
As many Chinese parts as I could find.
As many Chinese, like the lower end of the Chinese parts, like the Vism flip up red dot.
Oh, perfect. Actually, can I get one of those right now? I'm hitting Amazon.
Check Amazon. See if there's any on
Check
Black
AliExpress
Friday,
and you'll find Tacticon's whole library of products.
Imagine.
BR,
Can we say your name?
Huh?
Are we allowed? You should dox yourself because I'm not quite sure.
Should we
how
say
far
my
I
name
can
though,
dox you.
or should I just go with like a random name? That's really
You could just go with a random name. Just choose one.
I mean,
Sylvester.
if people know my name on Instagram, they'll probably know. Like, I'm not too secretive about it, but we'll keep it for for this totally satire podcast. Nothing I say is real. This is all a meme. We'll say my name is John.
Okay, thank you, John. Can we say your Instagram handle?
John Doe. Yeah, you can go for that.
John Doe of Freedom Visualizations. We're doing another artist podcast. We haven't done this in a hot minute since.
Well, I wouldn't call me an artist.
I mean,
I'd say more of like a.
You've been doing our podcast art because I'm burnt out and stupid.
No. That's actually just I send like $5 to 20 Taiwanese children, and they do it.
Well,
dude, you're
perfect.
overpaying.
That's what we all do.
You just have to like steal one. You steal one, you put them in a shipping container. They do that shit for free. You just have to feed them. You don't even have. You don't have to feed them well. I just give them gruel.
I just let rats crawl into the container, and then they can figure it out themselves.
I told you I was editing earlier. I was really just yelling at them over the phone because they were fucking up.
Just imagine Phil doing like a Taiwanese voice. You are big fuck up.
Taiwanese ladyboys come into this.
You are. Oh no!
But yes, hello everyone. Welcome back to the Art and War podcast. Today we are Art and War Down Under. We've got our friend John here from good old Straya, and I guess this is the Thanksgiving episode. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone!
Thematic.
Gotta give thanks to living in America because it's pretty great here.
Exactly.
Or,
Nothing says Thanksgiving
America,
like a Canadian and an Australian.
Yes.
Yes.
Ironically, Phil here being the only native.
Once again, the only born in America American on this podcast.
You're just that cool, Phil. I aspire to be like you.
I am thankful for immigrants. Now leave.
Get the fuck out, piece of shit.
I need someone to direct my anger to.
John, can you do an American accent? I want to hear it. I know I'm
what region are we talking?
I don't know, like CNN reporter. Let's say
CNN reporter. I'll do is I'll bring up CNN right now.
Do it. Because like the only word in Australian I know is nar.
Nar.
Okay.
Which, according to John, isn't even Australian.
CNN. Surely there's got to be something funny here.
Yeah, just talk about, I don't know, like a bunch of kids getting gunned down in an elementary school or something.
And then blame assault weapons.
Yes.
What the... Ah, frick. I don't even know where to start with accent. Like, if I get into it, I can kind of do it, but...
Yeah, okay. I've heard you do good accents, but I can never put you on the spot, so this is a little bit of a challenge.
See, the problem when I'm doing it is I overpronounce the A's. So...
I don't think so. That sounded like very... I want to say Connecticut.
Connecticut. Okay, so... welcome back to CNN. Today we're going to be talking about assault weapons. They are very dangerous. Here we have our correspondent.
You're poised to be the next Hemsworth brother.
As in the Hemsworth are bad at American accents, or they're okay?
Well, I think they're pretty good.
Okay, I'll take it.
Yeah.
And then you have like the really shitty like New York accent. It just sounds like such a stereotype.
Do it.
Just be like, hey, come down the Joe's. We'll get you a pizza. Come down. We'll get you a nice soda. Get any sandwich you like.
Okay, that was actually quite good.
I'm getting a little more Jersey from that.
Joyzy.
I don't know. They're the same freaking area. New York.
No, they're different.
They're gonna get upset over that.
They're gonna get pissed about that one.
They can't have guns.
No, you're going to get I don't know pizza. You're going to get bibbidi bobbidi.
Hey, you're being the wise guy, Nathan. Hey, you come down to New Jersey, you give me smack like that, I'll hit you in the mouth.
Can you do, hey, I'm walking here?
Hey, I'm walking here. Hey.
That's pretty good.
That's really good.
Hey, thank you. I've been practicing since I was a little boy. I grew up in Harlem. Yeah, I remember we used to throw rocks at the... Never mind, that was going to get really bad really quickly.
But yes, so growing up in Australia, how did you even get into guns? Like, how does that happen in a culture that really doesn't fucking want you?
Oh, dude. The big one would be, I think, similar to pretty much anyone around the world, even in the US. The only thing that you kind of have removed is obviously the guns itself, but it's the same thing where it's like, video games, TV, movies, toy guns, that kind of stuff. I remember we were saying just the other day, like someone in the Discord sent a picture of a cap gun. And I was like, ooh, that's something that got me into it. And you were like, yeah, same.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and just movies and TV and all that kind of stuff. And then video games, of course, like Modern Warfare 2 was one of the big ones that everyone has. But no, you're right, where the culture is completely different, where it is not only not like just not a thing, it's actually like villainized.
I've noticed that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's very much, and especially with all my Australian friends. I told you about my Australian friend who I mentioned, getting smoke grenades like for costume use. And she was very surprised at the idea that those were even legal, and they said, "Oh, well, those really shouldn't be. We should." Immediately, it was a jump to anything that was weapon adjacent should be banned, and that seems to kind of be the general way of thinking there.
Oh, it's very, very, very taboo over here to even like talk about guns in a not even. It doesn't even have to be positive, just in a neutral kind of way. It's like villainized. Like you're seen as like some kind of psycho or something.
Here I am with my $245 fucking like parking lot 38 special, and I'm just trying really hard not to get a mouthfeel on it.
Well, I think the big thing with it is lots of it is just and it's the same thing in the US, but lots of it is just misinformation.
Yeah,
I think
100%.
I think it's that people see like the news headlines that will say something. It'll be like something about a mass shooting, and it will be like, oh wow, yeah, well, if they just ban the guns, it'll be simple. It's like, well, no, it's not how it works at all. And then you have the exaggeration of how many mass shootings there even are and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, like I can honestly say, and you can probably back this up from the outside, to people that aren't in America, you'd think that a mass shooting happens every day. Like and when I say a mass shooting, I don't mean like 3 gang members shot each other outside of a bar.
Yeah, it's like people's mind goes like school shooting or something. Yeah, people genuinely do think that here. That's how they say. Yeah. And it doesn't help that you'll see stuff shared around where it will be like, there's been 700 mass shootings this year in the US. And it's like, no, there hasn't at all.
Yeah. Like, how do you define a mass shooting? It's like 3 people are injured in the crowd running away from someone who ND'd into a parking lot, like concrete.
Yeah, well, it's even like you've obviously heard of the cases where it's been like someone gets pulled over like near a school zone in their car and they had a gun on them.
Yeah, and that counts
even
as
if it's just
shooting on paper.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a weird fudging of numbers. It makes me think of like COVID deaths, and you died with COVID, you're a COVID death.
Yeah. Guy jumps out of plane without parachute, dies of COVID, that kind of deal.
Yeah.
One that did a good job was, which I think it adds extra legitimacy because it's a much more like left-leaning, like company, I believe, Mother Jones or whatever. Like they did that hit piece on Lucas Botkin or whatever. But they have a thing on their website which is they have a clearly defined number, which I think they did. I think it's 3 deaths or more, or 4 deaths or more, and it's counted as a mass shooting. And if you count that, since 1982, there's only been 152 mass shootings in the US. So 700 a year is like a ridiculous number.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all fudging numbers.
Like I mean, there are a lot of shootings in the U.S., but like Nathan mentioned, a lot of them are gang related, or they're violent crimes where someone was robbing someone and it went bad and someone got shot. Like, these are not school shootings. These are not mass shootings. These are not kids just going into a mall and opening up on people. Like, these are criminals doing criminal activity and someone gets hurt.
Yeah, and
or
the thing is,
accidental shootings.
Yeah, which I feel like is a lot. If you take out accidental shootings and suicides, the U.S.'s crime, like violent crime, and especially gun violence rate drops dramatically.
Yeah.
And it really is like it really is just 100% of people issue, because you look at, and I'm not going to dox exactly where you are, Nathan, but you look at like the town that
so many fucking times.
I know, but anyway, but the town that Nathan is in, for example, I think it's got 20 to 30,000 people.
Yeah.
And the last time, besides one certain event, but that was
very certain internationally.
The last time there was a murder in that town, I think it was 2015 or something.
Yeah, it's been almost a decade, and almost everyone I know carries a gun here.
I mean, you're literally saying the other day, you're like, I was just walking back from my neighbors with a shotgun on my shoulder, and I'm like,
yeah, and I still fall into that thing. It's like, maybe I should cover it with a jacket, and then my friends or other people close to me will just go like, why?
Yeah, no, that's stupid. The Canadian. That's the Canadian, because it's just like, you still have that mindset of like, oh, as much as I agree with it should be, like, let me carry it wherever the hell I want. It's like, it's like, am I going to get in trouble for this? Is this going to alert people? What?
Yeah, it's genuinely such a massive culture shock.
I mean, like, when you hear something like that, Phil, is it a bit different? Like, is it different for you because you've grown up much more around this? So you're just kind of like, yeah, it makes sense just walking around.
No, because, I mean, even though I grew up in, like, most of my life, I was in Arizona, and I was in, like, the northern part of Phoenix, which is more rural. It's a lot of, like, cowboys and, like, horse ranches and retired people. Like, open carrying handguns was completely normal, but, like, walking around with a long gun, not so normal. Obviously you could, because Arizona's chill like that. But it's very much like you're gonna disturb people just by doing it. So, like, out of courtesy, you don't.
Yeah.
But, like, guns sitting in cars, or like being out in like a back seat in the open, like that's pretty normal.
Yeah, which that's just bizarre over here.
Yeah.
Like no, it's the one time I got pulled over here with basically like enough ordnance to like take over a small Bolivian country. The cop looked in my backseat and there's just like Glock carbine, 11.5 Super Duty, all this stuff, and he's just like, "Oh, that's cool. You train?" And he did not give a fuck.
This is a cool ass guy I just pulled over, huh?
Yeah, no ticket, no nothing. Didn't even take my license. Just
nice.
Like at the shooting pits around here, cops will come out, you know, and it's happened 2 or 3 times in the last, God. Like I want to say I go shooting on average once or twice a week, and if it's happened 3 times in the last year and a half, like they don't come super often, but it does happen. But every single time they're like, "Oh, that's cool. How do you have such cool stuff? They don't give us cool stuff." And they just like want to shoot the shit. The last time it happened, the guy came over and said, "Hey, someone said that, you know, people were shooting full auto. I don't care. Just, you know, if you can wrap it up in the next couple hours so people can sleep, that'd be nice. But know what you're doing is not illegal." People don't give a fuck here.
Didn't he also say something around the lines of like, he's like, if guys, if you have any suppressors, that would be appreciated. Like, put those on.
Yeah.
Oh, like, dude, I mean, that's like a lot of public ranges around here. After dark, they're like, you guys can still shoot, but you have to put a can on it.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that.
Yeah, and, I like that too.
Phil and BR were with me for a police interaction with Loveless. And that went about as well as it could have. We were watching it being like, oh yeah, someone's going to die today. It's probably going to be Aaron.
We're like, there's a lot of shit in that vehicle.
Yeah. Second car pulls up with red and blues as well. And it turns out that the cops are just looking at the stuff because the stuff is really cool. They did not.
Yeah. There's just nothing going on.
The first dude called the second dude because he knew the second guy was a gear whore.
Yeah. And he used those words.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said, I'm the gear whore. What have you got?
Yeah, it turns out he was the head of local SWAT.
Yeah.
So like the average Australian brain cannot fathom the just how little people give a fuck about guns around here. I mean, it's like awful. Some people do. I mean, I'm in this little blue spec, and I walked out of my friend's place. It was a 30-06, just to load it into the back of my car, and we got a really, really dirty look from 2 like middle class older people in a red Prius, but. Like in terms of, yeah,
maybe they were just angry that you had a Prius
people don't
as well.
Give a shit.
Yeah.
Say again.
They were just angry that you had a Prius as well.
They were very angry. they were like dirtiest look. Got out of their Prius across the street. Like
this dude is misrepresenting Prius owners so hard right now.
We're a peaceful kind.
We need more hardcore gun owners to drive Priuses.
I agree. I at some point in for SHOT Show, which you really, really, really need to come to. I really want to bring you to a American Gun Show. Just like you need to experience how fucking weird and wonderful they are.
Just even an American gun shop would do, man.
Honestly. Man, I went to a gun show this weekend, and it's just like guys selling somewhat legal, almost full auto devices. Guys selling like suppressor kits, allegedly over the counter. Like no one gives a shit. And the average Australian brain would just absolutely explode.
Well,
like he literally just called them suppressor kits.
Oh, dude, yes, he did, and he had a printout of Idaho law sitting on the table.
That's so tight.
If you build a suppressor in Idaho, we won't charge you. You know, this is he had the printouts of relevant state law on the table next to the kit. It was awesome.
I love that. No, but like over here,
solvent traps or whatever. I love that.
What a beautiful state.
Yeah.
That is fantastic. But no, over here, it's literally like I've mentioned to you, people think it's even illegal to like look at a gun.
You mentioned that.
I shit you not.
Yeah, how dare you?
People are like, am I allowed to see this? Like,
yeah.
Is this? And they're genuinely freaking out. And it's
like, put on a list for this?
Yeah, genuinely. It's
that kind of similar where I was from. but not nearly that bad.
Yeah. And it's going to be the thing where I don't know what the listenership is. I'd guess you would probably have a couple other people from Australia that might be like, "Oh, it's not that bad."
We've got a New Zealand fella who's in the
Discord. In the Discord.
Yeah, but
New Zealand's even better though. Still.
Yeah, it's a very low bar. You guys are basically as close to China as you can get.
Yeah. I think New even Zealand... China can still have airsoft, can't they?
I think airsoft in parts. Is like, parts of China. They're overall illegal, but I do know that there is an airsoft scene there.
Yeah. No, it's really, really retarded over here. Once again, everything I'm saying is satire, and I'm totally kidding. And my name is totally John. But yeah, it's just so bizarre over here with that kind of thing. The funniest part for me though is, and you're probably going to have some of the homies on Instagram that are listening to this, maybe, and they're going to be like, "I thought he was American this whole time."
Yeah. Well, I understand too why you wouldn't want to out yourself too much like that, because like firearms related things are considered antisocial behavior there.
Oh yeah, and it's genuinely like it also just, but it's funny because it's just the assumption based stuff. Like you see my page and you see, just the stuff that I post and the stuff that I talk about. And it's completely fair that you would just assume American, like when I'm being like, yeah, I should be able to buy an M249 on Amazon. Like,
yeah,
like that does not sound like something you'd hear from like an Australian,
it would destroy the average Australian's brain.
I'll get apologies out, by the way, if anyone who is listening to this who has spoken to me about gun stuff and gotten gun advice from me, I apologize.
It's okay.
I have a little bit of knowledge, but nothing really hands-on.
Nice.
But Nathan will just something, like the other day, Nathan was like, Nathan has got a pee, by the way, so...
Oh, I was going to say, I put that in the side chat so Phil could fill in for me for like 60 seconds.
No, we'll acknowledge
it. All right, you just outed me entirely.
We'll let the listeners know that you're peeing. They can imagine it right now.
All right, go piss, pee boy.
Just
he gets
imagine you're holding my hand. No, you gotta. We're back. You gotta say the spicy things you were saying. I heard you, motherfucker. I heard you from the washroom.
I'm not saying. I didn't say nothing. I love my government.
You can't.
And the police. I think they're fantastic. I think they treated stuff like COVID very, very professionally.
They did such a good job with the COVID and the lockdown.
I love being in lockdown for almost a whole year.
For eternity.
They had some stupid laws here regarding... I mean, of course they did, but some of the like funny ones. There was like
what was
one
it like
where
from
it's
behind the curtain? I'm curious.
Well, it was a bit weird when Xiao Jinping came to visit, but...
Did that happen? Is that real? I don't know what's like real on the internet.
No, it's not, but... You'd know, aren't you guys like related or something?
my third cousin twice. I've been wearing a tinfoil hat to stop the hive mind from uploading to the cloud. So I can't say I've kept up with brother Winnie the Pooh in a minute.
To stop him from... making you forget Tiananmen Square. Nathan, you will forget.
Nothing happened.
By the way, this is sorry. I'll quickly go back to COVID. But please tell me your mum talks in a very Asian accent.
She does.
That is She does.
She actually does. Dude, I used to, for her actual like real person job. As a child, I used to have to do proofreading because she would mix up her L's and her R's.
Because I just imagine like the times where she's come to see you and stuff and be like, Nathan, why do you have a grot? Don't you know that is dangerous? I saw it on CNN.
How are you so good at accents?
I don't know.
I mean, that one's because he's too close to China. It's just...
Oh, yeah, no, 100%.
That one was actually Xi Jinping just possessed me just then. I didn't have the tinfoil on.
It's like I was in the room with him.
Yeah.
He's like, Mom?
He starts looking around.
Oh, jeez. What were we talking about a minute ago?
We were talking about eating, dog. All right. I've got the Asian pass. The Asian is on here saying it's fine, guys. Don't cancel me. We'll just say no one knows I'm Asian as well. We'll just say that totally. I'm not, but we'll say I am.
You might be. We can't see you.
For all we know,
I'm actually black.
Yeah.
Even better.
We're not going to go down that rabbit hole. That's going to end with BR having to censor stuff.
Yes. You look suspiciously like print, shoot, repeat. I will say that.
I do. Here's the way I can describe it to people. What they think print, shoot, repeat looks like, that's me. Because the thing is, print, shoot, repeat is much more handsome than most people would think.
Oh, dude. He's very handsome.
He's like weirdly handsome.
So whatever you think he currently looks like, that's what I look like. And then print, shoot, repeat is the much more handsome version. That's how it works.
Good. Okay.
Please send Phil the picture of you with the mask where you can just see like the eyes and the upper nose and the eyebrows.
The one
It's like I actually thought that was PSR.
The Leon S. Kennedy hair.
Yeah.
That's really funny because I do know what PSR looks like.
Yes.
I work with him a lot.
Yeah. So I'm curious of whether I'm crazy or not, and thinking that your whole upper bit looks like his whole upper bit.
But he is ridiculous. Where do I send this? Where do you want me to send this to you, Phil?
You can just send it on Discord.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fine.
I could have sent it through like Pigeon or something, but I don't think I'll get that in time.
But yes,
last thing Phil sent me was Berlin Techno Mix.
Yeah, I've been listening to a lot of dark techno.
Cool.
Interesting. I'm curious, but tell us more about like what is it like being a gun owner in Australia?
How does that work?
Very gay.
Yes.
If you ask the average Australian, they're going to say something around the lines of, "Oh yeah, no, it's not too bad." That's how the average person talks, by the way. Totally.
Okay. Yes.
People are going to be like, he just did the same accent twice. He's just talking the exact same.
I've seen that documentary. What's it called? Bushwick Adventures.
Oh, yeah. Well, what do you get in the car? No, it's different on each state, so kind of like the US, but obviously you have federal laws as well.
Mm-hmm.
But you have, of course, with pretty much any country that isn't the US, you have to have some kind of license. The licensing process, technically it's not too difficult, but the thing is, it's something that, in my opinion, and obviously you guys, it should be something that's a right.
Yes.
Right. So why should I have to get a license for something that's a right?
Mm-hmm.
The culture's completely different. It's very gun culture 1.0 over here, where like it's very FUD kind of deal, you know. A lot of like, you know, oh no, you don't need any of those like assault weapons over in the US. You know, they can just go in and kill someone in the gun store or something. You know, like just random shit. But yeah, you have to go through a process to get a license, which has steps like you have to do like a safety course and stuff. You have to have a safe that has to pass regulations, and then you have to get a safe inspection and stuff like that. The limit on stuff that you can own as well, like there's different categories of license. The most common one would be, at least in my state, it's called AB, which means you can own bolt actions, pump action centerfires and pump action rimfires, and like break action shotguns and stuff. So very FUD kind of stuff, and and so it will take you probably about a year and then several $100s just to even start getting the license. And then once you do get it, every time you go to get a gun, you have to get a permit to acquire, which is kind of just like a waiting period, and that costs $10 or something. Which is similar because I think there's a fee over there for doing like the 4473, isn't there?
Yeah, it's not much though.
Yeah, is it like what, $10 or something?
I mean, the shop usually they'll charge you they only charge you if you're doing a transfer, and so they'll charge you like $35 for a transfer. But if you're buying a gun, they just eat that cost with the gun, and the shop's fee to themselves is like $7.
Yeah, it can be a bit similar over here, but it's very, very FUD like. It's most people that own guns over here, it is just for hunting. Sport shooting, as they call it, is not as prevalent. And the ones like some ranges, there's barely any, but some of them they have ridiculous fees, and you can only shoot like 22 bolt actions out to like 50 meters and stuff like that.
Yeah,
it's a real mess, in my opinion. It's not great. It makes even states like California, it makes it look like a dream, for example, which a lot of people would be like, huh? The closest comparison I could probably give in terms of a place that is in the United States is it's very similar to New York City's gun laws. Not New York State, New York City.
Right.
I can see that, honestly. My limited time in New York, the people I knew were horrified by the idea of guns. It was very much like Canada. Like,
New York City has different... Sorry. New York City has different laws, I believe. I could be wrong.
It does. And they will break federal law to enforce their state law.
Yep.
Yeah. Wasn't there some guy that was in... I think that was New York, or maybe it was New Jersey. But something around he was in a courtroom, and they said the Second Amendment does not apply in this courtroom, and it's like, what?
They did very similar in Hawaii.
Yes.
Yeah, Hawaii has what is it?
The spirit of aloha.
Exactly what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, this makes the Second Amendment not apply.
And it's like, okay, well, guess we... No, I'm not saying that joke. Never mind. Having to contain myself a bit here. I should just say the jokes and then make it an editing nightmare for BR because he didn't get on.
He'll cut out what he needs to.
He'll cut out what he needs to. Well, like, BR, why is the episode only 10 minutes long? I can't do a BR accent. I'm sorry.
No,
I'm good at accents, but I can't do his. It's too magnificent.
God, I'm so bad at accents.
I'm so bad at his accents.
You do an Indian accent?
He just has like a really weird one. It doesn't really sound like it's from anywhere. Just like British adjacent.
It's fucked up. Like it's not American. It's not British.
Can you do a British accent at all?
Oh, he can do a posh accent for sure.
Yeah, like a posh.
I want to hear him do like Northern London public housing kind of thing.
Oh God!
Wait, me or BR?
BR.
Yeah.
You. I already know you can do it.
I can't do that. What would be a Northern London public housing? Is that like, as you said, the hick?
The hick, yeah, the British hick.
Like the...
Yeah.
What's that meme where it's like the Brexit geezer one?
It's like, not racist, just don't like them.
No, but wake up and meet your wife, Susan. Or whatever the end.
Yeah. Down to the pub for a pint.
Down to the pub for a pint. Take my son to football.
Yep.
Rev up the Bugatti.
Dude, I know I said this earlier. I want to take you to an American gun show with like $600 in cash in your pocket, and you just need to
legally buy a gun.
Like a garbage.
It's not illegal. I have this paper right here, and I just pull out the Bill of Rights.
Just the Bill of Rights, or just like a folded piece of loose leaf that says "fuck you, I do what you want. I want.
I can do anything I want." Yeah.
Yeah. Or
that
just
would be
another
acceptable
gun
in Idaho. That would count. They'd be like, "Yeah, that's good enough."
Yeah.
I don't think anyone that Idaho talks with a southern accent, but you know.
I did hear, and this is just a rumor, that at one of the Idaho gun shows that there was some federal cop came in from Washington. It was like watching people's license plates to see if they were from Washington and then confronting them. I don't know how true that is, but if so...
What a dork.
Yeah, what a fucking piece of shit.
Did he have spare time because his wife was on a date with her boyfriend?
Oh, obviously. 100%.
The southern accent's a great one. Half this episode is just going to be shitty accents. People are going to be like, this is the worst episode I've ever listened
to. I think that...
Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. I think the worst episode was... What was that one where... No, I'm just thinking of just like all the times my audio fucked up and just stayed that way for basically the entire time.
No, that was good because we didn't want to hear you. I'm kidding.
Got him.
By the way, I just got to say a huge thank you for even having me on because it sounds very gay and retarded, but I've been listening to this since like episode 1.
Aww.
So
I've been listening to you since episode 1. So
wait a minute.
Wait,
in your walls.
What do you mean about it?
What do you mean?
He's like, I've been listening to you through the speakers I have set up in your home. That's really sweet, Nathan. I appreciate that. I hope that came through. I hope someone's just driving to work, shaking their head, and just hearing, in the walls.
just ASMR.
You're going to need a sense
I
of
just
that.
doxed you. I just doxed your name. Shit.
John ASMR.
John.
Yeah, John. Yeah, that's me. John Doe.
And then I drew attention to it, but I have to draw attention to it so it gets censored.
Yeah. You just got to peek the mic so BR gets his ears raped, and then he knows where to censor it. You want to know what? I've got a funny story actually about the podcast.
Tell.
You're gonna. This is a very strange one. So, when I first started listening, I didn't know who was who. Yeah. And because I didn't know accents too well, I didn't know which was the Canadian and which wasn't. And so I was like, well, I hope the American's the cooler guy. Unfortunately, the one that I found cooler ended up being the Canadian. I remember hearing you say something about Canada, and I was like, shit.
Oh, God damn it.
I hope Mitch is doing well, though.
He is. He sent me a picture the other day being like, hey, can you unfuck this? And it was so bad. It was so bad. There was no saving it. It was like out of focus, taken behind a wire mesh. Focused on the wire mesh. He wanted to see if AI could save it, but it was like one of those enhance CSI moments where no technology actually exists to make it proper.
Yeah, where it's like the criminal used a high point and for some reason they like zoom in and it gets like a completely different angle. It shows like the person making it somehow.
Yeah. Like
like some crackhead.
Yeah, it's imaginary space technology.
High point, I'd even like a high point. I'm gonna be honest. I'm that desperate.
Honestly,
I don't know why I don't already own one.
Same here.
Yeah, they're so cheap.
Yeah, and you can find them anywhere for nothing.
Like I impulse bought that revolver for $200.
I can hear Nathan still playing with these.
Why have I not?
Can you hear that? Is that coming through?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, so I have to like listen playing with basically the whole time.
For the record, a High Point C9 is like $150 at most gun shops.
Dude,
they're probably on sale now. They probably just hand them out with like your
shit. It is Black Friday this week.
I did send Nathan a gift actually through the mail.
A friend of mine tried to give me a High Point C9 that he had the slide of the side of the slide, like the right hand side, milled for a hollow sun. And he had a hollow sun 407 on it that flickered when you shot.
That's beautiful.
And I should have taken it. I just felt too bad. In retrospect, that would have been like the coolest gun ever. I'm getting into my era where it's like, all right, everyone has a Gucci Glock. Everyone has like one of two ways. It's like a stock Glock 19, or they have a Glock with like a light and an RMR on it or something.
You've got
Nathan.
Everything else is like a standard deviation from that.
We have our go to war guns.
Yeah.
Now we buy the stupid shit.
Now you go to the war, but it's like a war between the two homeless factions.
Exactly.
Yes.
Now it's okay, I guess I'm going to carry my 38 Special like tucked in my sweatpants waistband or in my pocket.
We need our hood blasters.
Yeah, exactly.
High Point YC9. They've got I forgot they did this, but they've got optic cut high points now. It's great.
That's awesome. Did the YC9 ever come out?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm literally looking at PSA right now.
I'm doing the same thing.
Released to no fanfare, I guess.
Dude.
$195.49. Like that is actually a bit of a value proposition. I fucks with that.
I mean, they get
see as we lose half our listenership while we shill High Point.
I'm working for the wrong company. Fuck.
By the way, this is the segue to the new sponsor of the show, High Point. Now,
get your High Point YC9 9mm Luger with 4.12-inch black steel threaded barrel. for $199.99 as on cash
affordable
discount
and reliable for
budsgunshop.com.
everyday use.
I don't know if I fucked that up.
No,
High
you did
Point,
good.
please sponsor us. I want free garbage rods.
Dude,
that's right.
Get
ladies and
get
gentlemen.
a Tacticon Lite. No.
The Yeet Can.
We're going back to Tacticon real quick.
Yes,
you can go on AliExpress and find Tacticon's products except their logo on it, but you can find their exact products on AliExpress for like $20.
Yeah. Remember,
fuck Tacticon.
The thing I think I hate most about Tacticon, because there's like a billion just cheap shit resellers.
Oh yeah.
I think the thing that pisses me off the most, it's not their like bottom of the barrel fucking like boring content. Like it's not their like, oh cool, I can do a backflip and catch a mag with my mag well within 20 takes. It's more and this actually makes me want to put a gun in my mouth. The write-ups that they have next to every product description. Like they're Chinese tourniquets. They're like, yes,
I served.
Yes, I served, and this is just like the tourniquets I used while I was overseas.
You've got me down a rabbit hole now. I'm going down the Tacticon website.
Yeah.
People are like, will they shut up about this? VR's sitting here editing this like, do I cut this whole part out?
Yeah.
More Tacticon.
Of course they've got a Black Friday sale.
Of course.
Yeah.
Oh, and they sell like steel armor as well and shit.
Of course they do. If you take a look at like a lot of their media too, it's very clear that the people they have running their site don't shoot. Like if you buy one of their like shitty knockoff weapon lights, they've got like a teacup grip on the pistol in the promotional photos.
Yeah,
I've seen a guy with the same tattoos who's probably I don't know, retarded, or he's taking the piss and he's taking them for everything they're worth, which I respect.
I might be wrong. I think they've actually got rid of, or at least they've swapped out their Chinese tourniquets.
Maybe they got too much shit for it. Still, fuck them.
They're out of stock. That makes me really upset. The stuff that is out of stock, because these probably are still like Chinese tourniquets, just slightly better. How can I say?
Got it. What were we talking about? I just went on a
High Point.
Yeah, no, that was my fault. Sorry about that.
No, you're okay. Like if you sell garbage and you know it's garbage and you're okay with that, I respect it a lot more.
I mean, we're talking about High Points.
Yes.
Which again,
popular. Oh, sorry.
Sells garbage, knows it's garbage, became a meme, leaned into the meme.
Yeah.
I've seen Sightmark has started to do that on their social medias.
Good for them.
They keep leaning into like the fact that they're not that good.
Oh, you're right. They actually took off the Chinese tourniquets from their site.
Yeah, now they've only just got steel armor.
Yeah.
So maybe,
it stops
when you
bullets.
Get the spalling.
It stops bullets and just redistributes them in everything else.
Yeah.
It redistributes
maybe when you
them
get
in
the
your
spalling, you at least have a good tourniquet now.
Yeah.
True.
This looks like something. Tacticon Armament is like a brand that Kyle Rittenhouse. Seems like something he would chill.
Yeah.
They'd hit him up, be like. I love Phil just here, like he's like, this is a mess, dude.
Yeah,
I wish Kyle Rittenhouse would just shut up and go away.
Yeah, like, I wish he pulled an Elijah Dickens.
Yes. I understand why he's doing what he's doing. Like, I would actually like I didn't want to get him on the show until like the whole thing quieted down, and now he's like a weird normie conservative influencer.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't want to get involved with all of that bullshit, but I actually kind of want to ask, like, how did this fuck up your life?
Yeah.
Like, I kind of want to ask him. It's like, hey, but are you doing okay?
Yeah, you want to do more of the journalistic approach of like, hey man, stop shilling the NRA. Let's talk.
Let's talk. Like, I understand why you're doing this stuff because, like, fuck, dude. Like,
you kind of can't get a normal job anymore, so
yeah, you're exactly like he's fucked in terms of actually like going anywhere and not being recognized and getting any job or being anyone other than the Kyle Rittenhouse.
Dude, I mean, like the vast majority of the normal dating pool is gone for him.
Yeah, 100%.
Because like, anyone who's even slightly left is like, fuck that guy. And anyone who's centrist is like, I don't want to be, connected to this. And so now he only has like far right people who like only want to date him for the clout, essentially.
Yeah.
No, that would
sucks.
definitely mess up his life. Besides, obviously, the obvious part of it, it's just like now he's kind of stuck in this echo chamber in a way.
Yeah,
because I think it doesn't take anyone to say like what he did was there was nothing really wrong with what he did, but it's the fact of like, as you said, like the NRA just being like, hey, look, let's use him for one of our shitty adverts while we don't actually do anything for the Second Amendment.
Yep.
Kyle, can we get a shot of you just holding an AR and saying the NRA is good? Yeah, perfect.
Yeah. We're all deep level internet, though. Like, I can see why someone who's not as immersed in the culture, as immersed in the culture as we are, wouldn't really know.
Yeah.
Like, it makes sense to me why someone genuinely wouldn't know or really care. Or the same thing with steel armor. Like they'll get a lucrative offer and be like, "Oh, this works. It stands up to testing," and just people are poopy about it on the internet, and they don't really have any frame of reference other than what's being told to them by their agents or the marketing people who contacted them to begin with.
Oh yeah, 100%. And I don't think with lots of these people, except Tacticon.
Yeah.
I don't think with lots of these people, though, that take like some of these more shill kind of brands, I don't think lots of it is actually like ill-intentioned. I think they think it works to an extent.
I think so,
but
too.
They don't realize like it's not good enough if it's supposed to be life-saving equipment to have something that is just like, it kind of works.
Yeah, that's like, the thing with life-saving equipment. And I'd apply this to OLED. I'd apply this to anything. It's like, all right, cool, yours works. That's a sample size of 1. If you have enough of a sample base to show even a 1% failure rate, that is too much for something that is potentially supposed to save your life.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it's why people will buy a bit of a higher tier AR instead of everyone just buying PSAs. I mean, lots of people do buy PSAs. Nothing wrong with PSA either. I'd love a PSA, but PSA, save me.
PSA. I'm looking for sponsorship and possibly like a visa application.
Can you get a boat chartered out to my location? But but no, the reason that people will spend a bit more is just because they want that extra layer of it's more reliable and stuff like that. It's going to be more accurate, that kind of deal.
Yeah.
And a lot of it is just roll mark. Like you have like a knight's armament, and it's like, well, do you really need that? No. But there's a level where it's like the BCM, Psionics, what else? What's another kind of mid-tier brand that's probably like
Arrow.
Yeah.
Arrow, yeah. All that kind of stuff.
Yeah. People are going to get real poopy about this, but fuck them.
Oh, people are going to get poopy. I'm even talking about guns.
Arrow's mid-tier. I've owned a lot of arrows. It is mid.
Yeah, my buddy here just got a Arrow lower parts kit, and everything is out of spec. It's very weird.
Oh.
Yeah.
That means they've gotten worse, because I've never had that.
Admittedly, the parts kit was sitting around in a box for several years. It could be COVID era.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had good luck with everything Arrow that I've ever got, but I don't go to my way to buy it. So,
yeah.
Again, this is one of those things where it's like 1% is unacceptable.
Yeah. Not even trying to be like gear snobbish either. Like, if all you can really do is a PSA, like that's fantastic still. Yeah, I like the fact that PSA's whole thing is just trying to get as many guns out there as possible.
Yes, I do like that. And you know what? For what it's worth, I haven't really had any problems with PSA. I can't say anything. I'm a Geisley slot. I like my Geisley. But I would never shit on someone for getting a... That being said, I would shit on someone for buying... people don't seem to realize there is a tier that is far below PSA.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
There's many...
the ATI Omni.
The ATI Omnis.
Yes.
Is that what you said?
Yes.
Yeah. My buddy in Texas bought one for $500 in a parking lot. It's like, my brother in Christ, you could have spent less and bought an Arrow. Genuinely. I mean, not an Arrow, a PSA or something similar.
Yeah, you can get a new PSA right now, $400.
Yeah. But
if that's all you can afford, that is a rifle that will work.
Yeah. And the whole gun, I shit you not, it's a plastic AR, like injection molded. It's not like carbon reinforced nylon. It's like metal plastic with a couple of pieces of sheet steel inside of it. And like there are certain things where I'm not being like a FUD. I'm not being like, hey, fuck Glocks, get a 1911. But like, it's the cheapest plastic. It is the cheapest stamped sheet metal reinforcements on the inside, and it's not made well. Which, like, what do you expect if you can get the gun for $350 MSRP online? Like, where do you think that money's coming from? So he buys it, and I give him a little bit of friendly shit and just kind of forget about it. A couple weeks later, I'm pretty sure I've brought this up in the show before, he sends me a message being like, Nathan, how do I fix this? And the barrel nut has walked off. Like, the whole handguard is rotating. Yeah.
Nathan, how do I fix this? His upper and lower just exploded and his hand's just gone.
Yeah. I messaged him back being like, please, like, man, please, I'm not even going to give you shit. Throw this away or strip it for parts. You need to get rid of this upper. Like, this is, at this point, this is dangerous, and it's going to hurt you.
That's not safe anymore.
Wait, he paid $500 just for the upper?
He paid $500 for the whole gun.
Oh, phew, I was about to say.
No.
$500 just for an ATI Omni upper. I was about to somehow kill myself without a gun.
Yeah. He just sent me a message, and he's very proud. He just bought a new gun. And when I say just sent me, I mean like within the last 24 hours. He is now the proud owner of a complete Anderson build.
Okay.
That's one step up.
I'll take that.
That is one step up.
Yeah. For him, it's a very large jump up. And of course, it's got like the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 open sight on it. Like the one that we all know.
Of course.
Yeah.
But still, that is better than an ATI Omni.
Yeah. But something that I think it's important to acknowledge is that this is most gun owners.
Yeah.
Like, we live in a weird kind of microcosm on the internet where we get a very small view of, and it's really easy to think like, yeah, this is most people. Like, most people with an AR are trained. Most people with an AR, there's a minimum quality standards. Like, we're forgetting about the many, many, many people who just kind of like bought a piece of shit, and maybe they have knockoff Magpul MBUs on it, if sights at all.
They went into their local either pawn shop or just their local gun store and just kind of bought whatever the salesperson told them.
Yeah, because there's a lot more cheap bullshit out there. Which brings me to another point. I think, and I've seen this many times over the last couple of weeks, I think it is very easy in the gun industry to make money off gullible people if you have no morals and you're a piece of shit.
Yes.
Yeah, or you legitimately don't know yourself.
Yeah, 100%. If you can speak confidently wrong, then...
Yep.
And I think there's a reason people are pushing people towards like Turk shit shotguns or like bottom tier ARs.
My mind instantly went to that guy like a year or two ago, the guy with the way he justified not having a sling on his rifle.
Oh, he's just like, yeah, I just don't do slings.
Ashguard defense or whatever, where he's like, if the guy's in my house, I'm going to give him the rifle. I don't want to fight with him. I'll just give him the rifle and then get out my handgun. It's like, bro.
Yeah. Bro, like, we were just talking about fucking Kyle Rittenhouse, who's a perfect example of someone whose sling saved his life.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
But, God, I met a guy at the gun show, and I just overheard him talking about how his Glock was super broken. And I'm like, hey, maybe I can help. I know how to fix Glocks. And he's an older guy, probably in his like mid-50s or early 60s. And he got this gun. He traded it for, I think, a Vepr, like a $1,400 rifle. And it's a Polymer 80 Glock 17 that was built like shit, like had the cheapest components on it. He's like, oh, well, I valued it $900 and that's what this gun's worth. It's like, my guy, holy shit. Like, people just take advantage.
Yeah.
And then he's like, yeah, I took it to my local gun store and they replaced all the parts and cleaned it. And, now it still doesn't work. And I open it up and like, it looked like it just got like ran through a Bad Dragon catalog. It was so oily. It was legitimately
that was such a graphic way of describing
the visuals of that. So funny.
Oh, dude, it was bad. It was dripping. It was disgusting. But I cleaned it out. It's like, dude, Glocks aren't supposed to run oily. This is fucked.
No.
The guy also, just starts being incredibly racist, dude.
To compound on your point about like us being in a microcosm, like the amount of people I know from the time that I got into firearms to now who have gone to gun shows and like the next day been like, yo, look what I got. And it's an ATI Omni or it's a Century Arms Vishka. Yeah. And I'm just like, dude, what'd you pay for this? And they'll be like, oh, only 900.
Oh,
for like a Vishka, and I'm like, dude, stop.
The old guy said it was really good.
Yeah, you got fucked. That's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate.
It hurts me because it's stuff that I can't even own, and I'm like,
I know.
I've got the tism for this shit.
You have no right to be a snob about this, and yet you are.
Yeah,
I'm not being a snob. I'm just being a snob. No,
you're right. We call it taste.
Yeah.
No, it's just like you could do a little bit of research. I mean, as I said, this is just kind of like a big hobby for me. So, like, it's gotten to a point where Nathan sometimes sends me stuff. He's like, "Can you ID what this is?" And I'm like,
"Yeah, you're weirdly good at it." Like, I did that like 3 days ago. Like, hey,
you needed to know like what an MP5 like certain grip was.
Yeah, or find out a little bit about
that's an HK91 grip, and they have a modern equivalent, but. And he's like, "Do you have any AR version?" And I was like, "Okay, let me look."
Yeah, you're weird. I think that the tism takes people far.
Oh, dude, 100%.
Yeah.
Who's playing with stuff right now?
Oh, sorry, that was shotgun. I like this thing.
He's gonna Kurt Cobain himself. Well, maybe.
No, I literally have no 12 gauge, but this thing is very fun. I'm gonna get the barrel chopped to a legal length, ATF.
The ATF just listening to this, they're excited for every episode.
Oh god, I feel like there's a dude in a van that's just constantly masturbating outside of my house.
That's me.
If it was you, you'd be out of Australia. We wouldn't be having this conconversation.
That's me in a wig. You
Stop thinking it's feds. It's your fans.
Yeah, that's right. Read out the AWS ad read.
Oh man,
I miss when the ad reads were just very haphazard. They weren't even like interjected at all. It was just like you episode's about to end and you quickly go, "Oh, by the way, AWS."
Yeah. I should do that more. We should just like throw them in here every once in a while. Or just like any of our ads. Just,
no one's going to buy it with your accent, but if BR's the one talking, everyone's going to be like, all right.
Yeah.
An ATI Omni, but BR said it's good.
Bring back the Korean hand jobs.
Dude,
I forgot about those ads. Those were great.
I love that. I listen to some of the old catalog here and there, which like very, very narcissistic. I know, I don't give a fuck.
You're the guy out in the van. Good. You just don't want to come inside.
What?
I said you're the guy out in the van, just listening to your own episodes.
How do I engage the bolt lock? I don't know shotguns. I wish I knew shotguns.
How do I engage the bolt lock? Famous last words.
I don't know the manual of arms on these things at all. You have to help me. You're Australian. You have these are like the only things that were legal there.
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah, we can't have cool shotguns though. We just have break actions.
Oh, that's gay. Not even pump?
No, pump is on a Category C license, which
are you
is
fucking serious?
Oh my god.
Yeah. Pump shotguns, you have to pretty much be like a hunter by trade. Like it's genuinely like your job, or you have to be like compete in like proper sport shooting.
Really?
Category C as in get cocked, mate.
Okay. Exactly.
That's so fucking gay.
What?
And you're only allowed to have like how many shotguns are you allowed to have these days?
There's a limit on stuff that you can own well, it depends on your state actually. If you're in a really bad one, like Western Australia just passed a law, I believe. And it's where you can only own, I think, 5 guns.
That's wild.
And the thing is, that isn't grandfathered in either. So if you have more than 5, you had to like choose the rest to get like sold or destroyed.
That's so fucking gay.
And that passed, I believe. I could be wrong. There's going to be like one mad Australian guy from Western Australia being like, that cunt's not right. But
yeah, I feel like Australia is one of those countries where legitimately all gun control just passes. Like it's not even. It's kind of like Canada, where it doesn't even really hit the news. They just throw gun control into places and it passes.
Yes, my browser just randomly glitched out, so I can't even see you guys anymore.
Well, can't see me.
Yeah.
Are you John Cena? I don't know what happened to my browser, man. It's just gone. You guys are just voices in my head now. Tom DeLonge would be very proud. Okay. Well, anyway.
Yes.
Yeah, so pump action shotguns. No, not legal on like the standard AB license.
Damn.
Yeah, I saw they were trying to ban rapid action was what they were calling it. I think it was just lever action.
Lever action shotguns are also Class C. There's another one. Lever actions in general are on like the standard AB license at the moment. Same with pump action rifles. But I think they'll probably go for those next.
Yeah,
of course.
What they'll probably do is they'll probably do like lever action shotguns used to be on the category B, and then I think there was a video of someone firing one fast, and so then they recategorized it to category C, which makes it much harder to get. They'll probably do that with the pump action rifles and the pump action rifles and maybe even lever actions. I don't know, but they might do some appearance law stuff with that depending on your state.
Appearance
it's
law?
really gay. It just goes downhill.
What? Elaborate.
What do you mean?
What do you mean appearance law? Like Australia or California?
Yeah, I mean it depends on your state, but I think like New South Wales, for example, has certain appearance laws. So I think technically all places do, but like lots of them, it kind of differs. But New South Wales, I think if something looks too tactical, then they won't.
How do you even define that?
I don't know. It's just whatever they really want to make up.
Hold on. Sorry, what were we talking about before I got no-knocked? Well, knocked, kind of.
I don't want to hear shit about getting no-knocked, buddy. I'm probably going to... You guys are probably going to hang up this call and I'm going to have 10 police burst in.
Yeah.
Mate?
Oi, mate, we heard you were talking guns.
Yeah. You weren't talking negatively about guns. You're straight off to the slammer, mate. Yeah, we're just talking about like the appearance laws and stuff.
Yes, appearance laws. So how do you
probably
define
look it up.
If something looks too tactical? How does that get banned?
I think it really just depends on their discretion.
That's wild.
But they've purposely made it, and a lot of the laws are like this. They purposely make them very, very grey in the way that they're phrased, so that way, if they want, they can just throw you under the bus for them.
Yeah.
Which is no surprise. But hold on, what do we got here? Police cited reasons for refusal over a... Okay, here we go. In 2016, a Canberra gun owner wanted to get a Barrett M98B bolt-action rifle on 338 Lupua, and the police rejected it because of the military nature of the rifle, that it was...
Fuck off.
It was fitted with a pistol grip, which was prohibited.
That's so fucking stupid.
It's kind of like, it's a bit like California in a weird way.
It's like California, but much, much, much worse.
Yeah,
in California, a lot of people just kind of get away with it. Like Faceless, the episode with Faceless, he's from California. And I know a lot of people down there who just don't really comply, and none of them have really been no-knocked yet. I think depending where you are in California will dictate the level of basically enforcement and the mechanisms of enforcement that will fuck your life. And a lot of California people don't give a shit. In Australia, it seems like everyone gives a shit.
Yeah, your neighbor would probably rat on you just for having a gun or something. Because I think it genuinely isn't even like, as I said, ill-intentioned. It's just people feel like they're doing the right thing because they're that scared of guns. California in comparison, like I would take living in California over living here, like any day of the week.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm trying to. I have a buddy
New York
that's
over living there.
New York. I probably won't take New York City.
No,
I could do the accent though. I could just start hitting people's taxi cabs and going, "Hey, I'm walking here. Hey, hey, I just bought a gun. It's a. I bought it from some sketchy guy around the corner."
Pulls out a black powder pistol.
Yeah, it's like in GTA 4 or whatever when you went to go buy a gun and it was like in the back alleys.
Yeah,
that was good. Yeah, no, I know a guy in California that's trying to get into like gun stuff, and it definitely is off-putting.
Yeah.
Because you have to get like you have to do like a firearm safety course, which is just a written test that you do at the store or something.
Normally, it's like all the government tests are basically like checking boxes effectively.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's going to be hearing this though because he doesn't. He's one of those people, like most people that I talk to on Instagram or something. They don't know where I am. I've never said that I'm in the US though. That's the funniest part. They're gonna some people are gonna be listening to this and look back and they're like, "Oh shit."
This motherfucker's not real.
Yeah, they're gonna be like. There's been times where people will be like, "We need to do this as people," or something like. They'll be like, "We need to change the laws," and I'm just like, "Yeah, the United States." That's how I always refer to it. They never catch up on it. But one of these guys in California.
Is this your buddy?
Just, people in California. They just. Yeah, they're like complaining to me, and I'm just kind of like, "Hey, you don't know how good you have it in a way." That doesn't mean you should give up, though. Continue. People like Reno May, he's really good in the state of California on educating people with stuff like that.
True.
I like it.
You should get him on.
Yeah, actually, that's a great idea.
Reno would actually be fun. He's a little edgy.
I think he's agreed to it already. I just haven't. I've done some logo work for him a little while ago. But
did you?
Yeah, for his little fitness thing.
Guys, you guys know that Nathan actually does art on the side?
No, he doesn't.
I wish I was better at it because I haven't.
Okay, buddy.
Done much of it in the last. Dude, I burned out so hard over the last couple months. I don't know what it is. My output.
So you had to get a retard to fill in for you.
Yes, thank you very much for helping. 2 retard strong.
Are you going to be doing this one though? That's the interesting thing.
I would like to.
I hope you do.
Yes.
Yeah, which of you is going to do this?
Nathan, not Nathan. BR has finally put in the artwork for the 3 that we're missing.
Yeah.
So we are up to date for
Thank
artwork,
you
boys.
So much. Holy shit.
No.
Did BR ever reply, or is he like bleeding out?
I don't think he replied. I just think he saw my email.
Okay. Good.
My favorite thing is filling in emails as, what is this photo that you sent me?
Oh, I just sent you a picture of my buddy with his Anderson.
Why has he got the airsoft red dot on there?
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Like the red dot that we all know, the Modern Warfare 2 one.
Oh yeah.
The open sight.
Oh, man.
The open sight. I think we've all had one at one point. I had one too.
Yeah, on my airsoft gun.
Yeah, also on my airsoft gun.
I didn't have one. It was illegal.
Guy has no excuse. He's been into guns for, God, I think. Like I was with him when he got his first actual like tactical rifle, and that was like 6 years ago.
My first red dot I ever put on a real gun was a Romeo 5 that I still have.
Yeah,
that's not a bad choice at all.
I'm not gonna lie, those Romeo 5s won't fucking die.
Yeah,
it's been beat to shit, and it still works.
They're like,
they're
like $100.
Mine was a Bushnell, I think. The Bushnell TRS.
The TRS.
Okay, yep, that's a classic first red dot.
Yeah.
That's dated.
A pair of knockoff Magpul MBUs, so I am going to out myself with that. On my tactical Mini 30 with an Archangel Sparta stock that weighed like 11. Dude, it was like 11 pounds with just the iron sights.
What about the Mossberg, the Mossberg 812 or whatever it was?
Oh, the 715T.
Oh, 715. I don't know why I got 812.
I think I also had. I think I had just like a Vortex red dot on it.
That thing
Crossfire
is
2
garbage.
or something.
My first long gun was a Mossberg 500. Still don't have a red dot on it. Still have it.
I mean,
that's not even bad though.
Yeah, if it works, it works.
That's why I still have it.
Yeah.
So what's your main rifle in terms of setup?
Mine?
What brands?
A lot of brands. The upper is like the core of it is a Colt 6933.
Okay.
And the lower is a Sons of Liberty Gunworks scalper.
Okay.
But it's built out with like the lower is completely built out with forward controls and Voltor parts. And then the upper is running a bootleg BCG, CAC M4 rail. I got a loop-holed riser on it, and then a aimpoint C2 on a scalar works on top of that loop-holed riser. That one has my Z-bolt head on some other light body. I don't know. It's a weird light setup.
Just one of the many.
But I got a Polonium K on it. PRI gas buster. The thing is dialed. Like I get 0 gas in the face. The recoil is very light.
Yeah,
like it is one of the best feeling short suppressed guns I've ever shot.
Yeah,
that's so good. I just love like I love that kind of shit. I love when also Nathan will just randomly send me pictures of like either a new gun or just a gun that he's done something with, and I'm just like, yeah.
Yes, because you're like the one person who's autistic enough to look at it and be like, yes, good job installing that, like, insert very specific...
Yeah, I look at it and I'm like, oh, is that a such and such? And you're like, yes. Yeah, it is.
Dude, I was so into that stuff back when I lived on the wrong side, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
It does, because you can't have it, so you obsess over it.
You obsess, and I lost sleep thinking about setups that I would potentially do.
You still freaking
now
do.
I'm here, I'm just like, $100 Taurus.
For reference, this man will message me at like 3 o'clock his time, and he'll just randomly be like, yeah, I was thinking of a tier list for guns. What do you think would be like, grey tier? I think maybe like an HI Omni. I'm like, just yeah, I like this
is
chat,
my sleep paralysis thoughts, my tismo. Yeah, I was playing Borderlands, or I thought about the concept of Borderlands. Very low effort content. I decided against it because it didn't actually bring anything to the table.
Oh, you were actually going to make that into something?
I was going to make it into a just like a piece of content, but I couldn't make it cohesive enough, and it just ended up being really circle jerky. So it's I decided against it.
You got way too into the weeds with it. He's like, okay, really but if you have like a PSA, but you put a Night Force on it, what tier is that?
Yeah, very autistic. I just thought it'd be like a fun cartoon to like poke fun, but also get tisty with. But then there was no way to make it good.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like there would be some weird way to do it, but it's very difficult.
Yeah,
because you have to set like a bunch of different things, and then you'd get people arguing in the comments, be like, "Well, I have
100% would be like engagement bait of the laziest flavor."
Oh yeah, do some engagement bait. That would be fun.
Yeah,
you should tell everyone that they don't actually need a gun; they just need like I don't know, a taser.
Yeah.
Oh, there's another thing that's illegal here. You can't own a taser.
Can you carry anything for self-defense at all in Australia?
No, you can't even have you can't have pepper spray. For example.
It's similar in Canada. You can't have anything.
Well, isn't the way that it works in Canada? It has like you can't have anything for the reason of self-defense.
Yeah, everything's reason-based. So you can't have pepper spray for humans, but you can have pepper spray for dogs. But you also have to reasonably make the argument that you're afraid of dogs. You can't have a knife for like stabbing people, but you can have a knife for opening boxes. And again, this gets into that gray area where it's like all intent based. And if you slip up once and you're like, "Yes, I had this for protection," then you're fucked.
They'd totally be fair and kind in Canada.
Totally, they absolutely wouldn't try and throw the book at you for shooting someone who is in the act of trying to kill you in your own house. With their gun.
At all. The one that's even crazy to me is like those little shitty like noisemakers.
Yeah.
That are more designed for like if women are about to get raped or something terrible like that. Those are illegal.
Wait, fucking what? Why?
The little noisemakers are illegal. I shit you not. Hold on. I'm finding this right now. This is not good listening content, but I don't know. Just imagine, Nathan all oiled up or something, and you'll be excited.
Nathan trying to blow on a whistle and it won't make noise because it's illegal.
Because it's too oily.
It's too oily.
But no, there's a list of prohibited weapons online somewhere. And on that list is like those noisemakers.
That's so stupid.
Yep, here we go. I found it. Let me just find the noisemaker example here, because there's a list of, as you can imagine, like 20 billion different things. Yep, here we go.
Acoustic anti-personnel device. An acoustic anti-personnel device that is designed to cause permanent or temporary incapacity or disability, or to otherwise physically disorient a person.
I hate that.
And it's a picture of like a speaker box.
Yeah. The rape alarms are literally illegal in Australia. That is fucking wild.
So
and
stupid.
For reference, you guys will love this next one as well. Here's another one. And for reference, by the way, I could be wrong on this. This was last time I checked. I might be wrong, so feel free to someone correct me if you want, but still, you're retarded. Yeah. The like sexual assault, percentage-wise sexual assault and just sexual crimes in Australia, percentage-wise is actually higher than in the US. Which is makes sense. That. Well, it makes sense because of the fact that in the US, it's like someone's going to think twice if they possibly can get shot.
Yeah, there was I want to say alleged sexual assault in the town over, and all of the university students, especially young women, were at Tri-State over the next week just buying guns.
Mm. Also saying
Good. That's what we like to see.
Exactly. And like if something like that happens here once, it's the news. Like that, everyone knows it. It is not a common thing.
Well, I mean, the thing as well is another thing that isn't accounted. Like people love to bring up this is just generic talking points, but I'm going to bring it up anyway. People love to bring up the whole thing of like, oh, well, in the US, there's even after you cut down the amount of like suicides and stuff with guns, there's like 10,000 or something, isn't it?
Yeah, 10,000.
Like, yeah, you don't count the defensive gun use, and that's only like the ones that are reported.
Yeah,
like there will be so many cases. I don't know if you want to get BR to cut this one out, Nathan, but the one where you had where there was like some guy that was following you, and just you presenting a gun.
Yeah, I didn't even have to present it. He needed to know that I had one, and he fucked off sharp.
And and you obviously didn't even report that to the police because there was no reason to.
Yeah, I didn't even have to brandish. I didn't have to do anything. He knew that I was armed, and he left. I did not call the police afterwards because I didn't have to. I wonder how many situations like that happen, all across America every day.
Oh, there would be millions per year, I'd guess.
Yeah, I think the FBI has that number at like 2 million, but it's an FBI statistic. Who fucking knows?
The CDC did 1 year ago, and then they took it down because they realized it was very like pro-gun.
Yeah, it didn't really help very much.
It was like 500,000 to 3 million estimated per year.
Yeah,
which is like
at the low number, it's quite an
argument.
Yeah, but that being said, I'm very happy I had my gun on me that day. And
dude, I can imagine that.
Yeah.
I know if I'm out, like if I have to stop and get like fuel or something in the middle of the night, I'm just like, ooh, this is a bit sketchy.
Yeah,
I mean, the number one kind of tool that you have initially is just even your what is it? My mind's gone blank. Just having awareness in general. Like that can save you from
self-awareness
like 80%
is
of stuff.
Fantastic, but it doesn't help you 100% of the time. That is
no, not 100%.
Yeah.
But
But I do think like situational awareness is the tool that people should worry about before, an RMR or an X300 or whatever. But ideally have both.
Guns should be a last resort, but they should also be one that you should always be able to have.
Yes.
Based on criminality, if you just make yourself hard to be a victim, you're less likely to be victimized. Like
exactly
by like 95%. Literally just be aware of your surroundings and look like you know what you're doing and where you're supposed to be, and people will just not fuck with you.
Yeah. I think the one that some people may have is they'll have like, some guy like some... Well, I keep bringing up homeless people this episode. It's great. The homeless people are going to be so mad when they listen. No, but say you have like some homeless looking disheveled like crackhead kind of guy. Some people don't want to even like stray away from them sometimes because they're like, well, I don't want to be offensive. They're just a normal person. But it's like, I'd rather offend someone and be wrong than risk not offending them, and then turns out they actually are like a dangerous person.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm over here, so I literally have no other choice but to have like situational awareness.
Yeah.
Shame. Seems like you should do something about that.
It's like I should move or something. That would be great. So this is actually a call, everyone. We're going to be hosting the Seaburn Art Dating Hour. If you like my accent and you like people that are pretty short, then hop on. Let us know.
Yes, someone please, God, green card marry John here. He's actually quite handsome. He looks kind of like PSR, if you can imagine him from the mask up.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Also, you're fairly muscular from like fighting kangaroos and spiders all day.
Oh, dude, yeah, 100%. I have to it's like a PvP Skyrim server or something. I enter a cave and it's just full of big spiders or bears or something. Oh, not bears, kangaroos.
But there's good loot.
I wish there's good loot, exactly. I wish we had bears. That'd be fun. They're friend shaped, so I want one.
Oh, dude, we saw a bear in Glacier. God, it wasn't a black bear. I think it was a brown bear. And he was just climbing a tree. He didn't give a fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that. You sent a picture where you were just like driving right past a bear or something. I was like,
yeah, he didn't give a shit.
I was like, all right, fair enough.
Yeah.
I had a bear in my backyard when I lived in Tahoe once.
Yeah?
I shined a rifle light at him and he ran.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. You should have kept him, brought him in. He's friend shaped, dude.
If not why friend shaped?
He was just looking for some trash.
He was just. I really want a raccoon.
Oh, they're cool. They're cool, and they actually do bond with people.
Yeah, they can.
Yeah, they can anyway.
Yeah, I know. I've seen them. Like, are they? What are other things that people want?
Belt feds.
Belt feds. Well, I do want belt feds. I meant animal wise, but
yeah, my pet belt fed.
Yes, I found out that you can get MG42 parts kits for very cheap. You just need
Oh yeah, this is great. You were just telling me about this.
Yeah, there's a MG42 at Naughty this year.
That's awesome.
They had converted it to 308, so it'd be a little cheaper to shoot.
100%.
All right, boys. I'll be back in a moment. I need to go piss on my neighbor's garden.
Okay, and we're back. Phil had something really important that he had to tell us. Had to ask.
Philosophical, obviously. If a Chinese kid adopts a pit bull, who eats who first?
It's just as good the second time.
Is it just like an Ouroboros of like a dog and a kid eating each other?
Aurora Borealis. Nathan's loving this.
Oh, I'm going to text that to my mom. Hold on.
I hope your mum is okay with racism.
I'm texting it to my dad, actually. My mom just never replies when I send her racist stuff. Somehow I feel like my dad will be more offended, which makes it funnier.
Stuff as well. Nathan sent a picture the other day of like him holding an MP5 right near his dog saying, I wanted to do crime, and she just replied back with cute.
Yeah, she does not like it.
No. He's just texting real quick.
Yep, I'm texting my dad. He's just going to get this at fucking like midnight his time. If a Chinese kid gets a pit bull, who eats who first? And he actually does reply. He's just going to be.
He just replies back and he's like, he's just like, we're so much more proud of your sister.
I think the last thing that I got from my mom was just not funny. I beg to differ.
Can you say what you sent?
I think it was just a picture of like racist Asian Pepe.
Good. Perfect.
I love whenever I get a text from my mom because she's really terrible. Like she's dyslexic, so it's like Joe Biden texting.
I love to see it.
Oh, dude, it's fantastic. I get a lifeline with Joe Biden himself. He was like, "Hey, man, I voted for the funny orange guy." I was like,
in fairness, I think he did too.
I do think he did. You see them two smiling together?
Yeah,
dude.
They looked like best buds.
And Biden's sign off after Trump won, where he like got on and was like, you know,
he didn't
kind
stutter.
of. Yeah, he didn't stutter at all. He talked
It's just
perfectly clearly, like a
It's
normal
like,
person.
This was the long game. He did not want to do this anymore.
It's like, oh shit, he just wanted to retire. Fuck. We played right into it.
I love those ones where it's just like it's like a Joe Biden ending and it just has like Linkin Park playing or whatever. And it's just like I'm off to play golf with an old friend or something.
He's gonna eat ice cream and drive Corvettes.
Exactly. That's the life. I mean, he's still a bit of a strange character. But
yeah,
he's on his redemption arc.
He'll definitely still be sniffing some children.
Yeah. And we're not going to forgive that, but he's a bit of a funny guy. You should get him on.
Damn, you think we could get Biden?
Oh, man. Afterwards, I wish.
That'd be awesome.
We should have got Trump while he was doing the... But then it would break our
yeah, we can't have politicians on.
I think you could... I feel like that one's breakable just because he's funny.
He's very funny.
He'd just be unintentionally... He'd just...
There's certain
He'd just
people
start saying that no one's done like more for podcasts or something.
Yeah. This is the best podcast. No better podcast.
He'd see you're half Asian and just start talking about how well he's done with Asians. I see you've got thin eyes, Nathan. Great eyes.
Dude, someone fucking called me out on the local subreddit lately. I hate that I know this. They posted Asian men wearing all black at the Winco. And I'm just like, okay, this is going to be something really racist. And then I opened it and it said, what cologne were you wearing? It smelled really good. I was expecting something very racist.
Was that you?
I actually commented
so
and said, hey, was it X time with an Arc'teryx jacket? Yes, it was me. And it was Aventus by Creed.
Yeah, I was going to say, what cologne were you wearing, you know?
Yeah, I had that same bottle for like 5 years.
That's great. I actually just prefer to drink it, and then my insides smell really nice.
then your shit smell really nice.
Yeah, exactly.
I got an air purifier on sale, and it gives you an ambient readout for like how good the air quality is at any given point. And if my dog farts, it drops from like 95 to 60.
Have you seen the ones of people doing it in India? They get one of the portable ones and they walk outside.
Immediately,
it genuinely yeah.
You take this air purifier to India, it immediately turns into an IED.
Yeah, this one's like an air. I don't even know, like just the air quality or whatever. And I think like the lower the number, the good. The good. I'm retarded. The better.
You see that thing where they just had a bunch of Indians and they were asking them what's the cleanest country in the world, and they were all saying India.
They literally have fights with like cow shit as a festival.
Yep.
I am not kidding. You can look this up.
I saw that.
They also had like in 2013, they had like some campaign called #PooInLoo because it was to stop public defecation. They tried to start like a popular hashtag and it failed.
Holy shit.
Like, sorry. I love though, I stole this idea from Charlie. Like, yeah, you know Charlie. Like a random Charlie.
I love Charlie.
Yeah. You know how he does the whole thing where he gets like foot pics of like scammers and stuff?
Oh, yeah. Did you manage to do that?
I did. I got a video even. The guy like was showing his like Indian feeties, you know?
Oh, no.
All I missed was some talking. I would have loved him being like, hello sir, these are my feet. Please buy 20 patches. You know, that would have been great, but...
I hate that. Oh my god. Like, it's unintentional. Every time that you get a picture from there's a poop somewhere hidden in the frame.
Yep. Maybe the whole place is actually made out of poop. This is such a juvenile chat right now.
This is fun and not racist.
We're talking about dog farts and Indian poop. Like,
is it racist if it's true?
Yeah.
BR, even though we haven't said anything bad yet, you should just put like 5 minutes of just
silence.
Static, yeah. And people are like, all right, we're back. And they're going to be like, wow, they really went hard.
Unintentional schizocast.
I'm just randomly like browsing shit on my computer while I'm doing this. Like I'm browsing Steam, thinking of more like shit games to send you, Nathan.
I appreciate you very much.
I sent him one the other day for reference.
He did. He sent me. I was out doing something. And my phone goes off, and I just see. I'm not going to dox your Steam, but I just see so and so has sent you Shower with Your Dad Simulator.
2015 edition.
I hate that I've seen that game.
I didn't even know it
I'd
was a
send
game
it to you if I had you on Steam. I'd send it to you.
I'll have to add you on Steam.
I've got another great one.
What?
That I got from, and I will send it to you, Nathan. I'm just waiting for the Steam sale. I'm not going to spoil what it is.
What?
But what's her name? What's that? What's the girl from Reptilia?
Amanda.
Amber.
She's great.
Amanda. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. She told me about one, and I'm actually going to. I'm like, that is fantastic. I'm going to send it to you, Nathan.
Oh my god! Did you tell her you were sending it to me?
I told her about how I sent Shower with Your Dad Simulator, and she goes, "Oh, I sent such and such to a work friend."
That's so fucking funny.
And I'm like, "That's perfect. I'm gonna steal that one." So be very hyped.
I am already hyped, and also for the game night that we have not figured out what we're doing yet. We should do it some evening, sometime soon.
Yeah, we need to do it. There's always people in the Discord though, which is good.
Yes, you should help MC. My availability kind of starts while you're already up, so I don't know what time it is.
Your availability starts at 2:00 in the morning.
You're not wrong.
I'm not. Phil and I were saying this before you even joined.
Yeah,
we were just texting back and forth. We're like, yeah, if we did at 2:00, you would have been much more prepared.
Yeah,
I see what you sent me, Phil. Very good.
I really tried to put this revolver down and stop playing with it so it wouldn't make sound on air, but I can't.
You keep tempting me to go grab mine.
With rounds.
You should do it.
So
you should just do it.
Mine is loaded.
Yeah, so is this one. Here, just fucking.
Oh no, he's gonna forget. He's gonna swing the revolver crane or whatever.
He's gonna do the villain intro from Bullet Train, where he just runs it down his arm and then puts it to his head and pulls the trigger.
I haven't seen that yet.
Oh, that's a good video. That's a good
movie.
What got me back into just like a snub-nosed 38 was and I've seen this movie like 4 times. It's one of my favorites. You ever see the movie Nobody?
Oh yeah, I think so. Is that the one with the guy from Breaking Bad?
Yeah, Better Call Saul.
Yeah, I saw that.
The scene where he just pulls the 38 out. He doesn't even shoot it. He just pulls it out of his pants, unloads all the rounds by dropping them on the floor, and just goes, "I'm going to fuck you up." And
that was an okay movie.
Iconic cinema. That is pure cinema.
That was an okay movie. It wasn't.
I loved it.
Was all right.
I thought it was fantastic. It's just something about Bob Odenkirk and the heart that went into that movie. And
it's clearly supposed to be kind of campy. Like it's got also
100% it is.
What's it got again? The guy from Back to the Future, Christopher Lloyd.
Yeah,
he's. I think so. Well. It's pretty cool.
Dude, the RZA is in it.
Yeah, dude, the RZA plays his adoptive brother.
Nice.
I just spoiled a thing, I guess. It's not important to the plot. I actually had to watch the movie like 3 times to figure that out.
It's not a plot-heavy movie.
It's a fantastic movie. It's kind of campy, but if you go in expecting something kind of campy and hyper stylized and like really fun violent, I think you'd be happy.
Yeah, I'm a fan of that.
Wasn't it made by the same people that made John Wick?
Yeah, it's it's got the stunt team from John Wick and the directing team from Hardcore Henry. So
okay.
Oh yeah, that's a good time.
Yeah, so you already know 100% what you're going to get before you walk in.
Yep.
I love the fact that movies and video games and all that have had, I think even in the past 5 years, I'd say they've had a much bigger effect on guns and everything, becoming much more accepted. Yeah. John Wick would definitely be one of them. I mean, it's got 100%. Some parts where you're kind of
like that was the movie that made them cool again, and all the thought that goes into how every single weapon in that entire franchise is set up. I like it. Yeah. I mean, a lot of it's just an ad for Taran Tactical. But
that's what I was about to say. Yeah. A lot of it is where it's just okay, well, thank you for using old, what is it, car? It's an Axis relock or whatever at every scene. But By the way, center access relock kind of sucks. At least from what I've gathered. Have you ever messed around with the center access relock?
Oh yes. I fucked around with that once, and I enjoyed it.
I saw the video once when you did something like that.
Yeah, because I physically could not extend my arms in that outfit.
To be fair, yeah, I was going to say you were wearing something a bit.
Yeah,
he was wearing a maid outfit for anyone wondering.
Yeah, I was wearing a maid outfit. I just keep for occasions, but I could not extend my arms into a proper isosceles stance, so I was forced to do center access relock, and it worked okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's had a huge effect on movies and the gunplay in movies and stuff. Yeah. They had the Genesis, Idaho Boys Rise Up.
I got to try one of the Genesis was at the meet and greet out.
I know.
Coeur d'Alene. And it was so fucking cool. I will 100% admit I was not leaning into it properly, and I took a step back because I did not ride that Lightning as well as I should have. Second and third times were easy day, but fuck.
Yeah, also by the time I got to it, the gun had done like 500 rounds in like an hour.
Yeah.
So I couldn't get a good grip on it because it was just too hot.
Yeah, it's hot as fuck, and everyone and their mom has their grease on it.
Yep.
Wait, you guys had moms come to the meet and greet?
Of course we did.
Duh.
Your mom came. She was the one that shot the Genesis first.
I would pay good money to have my mom shoot a full auto shotgun.
When they came down last time, and you have mentioned this in the podcast, so I'm not doxing anything. Yeah, when they came down last time, they didn't get to shoot, which is such a shame.
Yeah, I really wanted to, but they were here for legitimately just over 24 hours. And it was basically long enough for them to be like, oh, this isn't the hell world CNN said it was. Wow, let's price out vacation homes. And then they left.
As you said, literally, they were looking at real estate or something the next.
Yeah, I was told so many times not to come here, and then when they finally came here, they're like, actually, wow, this place is really nice.
My favorite one was when you were going through Tennessee. I think you were. Yeah. And your mum sent you a text being like, "There's lots of racist people around Tennessee. Watch out!"
Watch out! They're going to get you. And I sent a picture of my handgun, just on my lap while I'm driving. And an hour later, she just replies back, "Well, they have machine guns."
You're like, where?
God damn right.
Let me know.
I replied, "So do I," which is not true, but
now
you're just like, yeah, Mom, those are my friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I should have just replied with based.
You guys said that the people on the internet were so bad, but they're just really cool.
Yeah, it turns out they're just really cool people.
This is actually true. For all the shitty gun drama that goes on in the space, there's for every one time that happens, there's 10 really good things happening. There's so many good people in this community, I feel.
Yeah.
For every drama that the gun community has, it feels like every week. I feel like there's just
so much, dude. It's basically took me offline.
Yeah. You just hop in every week, and it's like, oh, what's this? Oh, now I don't know.
Oh, cool. So and so streamed with so and so called someone else a faggot. Okay.
You could also, yeah, pretty much that's how it works. Someone just gets in a fight over something so silly.
I just want my 38.
I just want to commit crimes with my 38.
I just want to commit crimes with my 38. Well, while you were offline, I was taking pictures of my cat with it.
See, you're preparing dinner early, I see.
I'm giving her the 38 so she can protect herself from me. This is going to turn into a real cat and mouse kind of game.
It's so she can go do crime.
I love when Nathan will send a picture somewhere around his house. It's obviously something related to a gun. But every time one of the animals is always photobombing. It's great. It's either your dog or your cat.
Yeah, paws. Always paws. Yes.
He's a furry, actually. You thought, wow, Nathan has some really nice setups. He has heaps of Gucci Glocks and a Geisley and everything. How'd he get it? He draws furry art.
Secretly, obviously. This whole time, I've been drawing furry art.
That's
Record again. I just hit record again. I'm so sorry.
Okay, Nathan's retarded.
Yes, I'm so retarded. We're going to have to speed run your shoutouts. Speed run.
Oh yeah, shoutouts. Well, sorry, this episode's cut short because Nathan's retarded.
I'm just retarded. You just lost. Everyone listening just lost 20 minutes of banger ass content.
We lost so many bits.
Did we lose the bit?
Did we lose
5 to 7 bits?
I think we lost 5 to 7 bits at least.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. That was. We might actually have to retell the joke 5 to 7 times because Nathan forgot to record.
Fuck, that one was so good.
All 9 families listening are going to be pretty upset about this.
Oh.
Wait, what families listening? I don't think people listen to this with their families.
Well, you never know.
Yeah, they all crowd around like the 1940s, put on the radio, and be like, see?
Alright, you have shout-outs.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Shadowbox Designs on Instagram.
I love him.
He's great.
He's fantastic.
He's good. Almost Covert. He's great at shit posting with me daily. 50 Cat, also known as Katie. She's really good as well. Also, we're looking for a mountain man husband for her. So as long as you don't have 20 alter egos and do certain things 5 to 7 times, you will perfectly fit that criteria.
And I hear she cooks sourdough. So
she cooks lots of stuff. She is very, very talented, and
she's fantastic.
She needs a mountain man, Idaho husband that's 6'4" or something. So just go to your next door neighbor, Nathan.
Yes. I think weirdly, like everyone in my entire apartment block is like married. Idaho's kind of like that.
So what you're telling me is I'm not gonna.
I mean, you come here with that accent, that'll change pretty quick.
Oh, I'm just gonna cause some divorces.
Yes, I
need to come from Washington
I'm done
first.
Doing the
joke. That one was too on the nose. I think is that all? Did we get the shoutouts? We missed half an hour of content. That's okay.
Oh God, I'm so sorry.
Once
Nathan's
again,
feet pictures will fill in for that. I'll send
because we have to redo this. John, Daddy says hello.
Good. We've dropped the second doxing by happy accident.
That's actually yes. If I get,
we're going to have to bring Shadowbox Design on sometime so we can do an actual art episode. This is supposed to be an artist episode, and it just wasn't because we got really into the weeds on everything.
Yeah, real quick. Favorite art, go.
Favorite art.
Favorite art. I really like the one that Nathan drew of me with my ass hanging out.
The one where you're a furry, where you're a Sonic OC.
Yeah, exactly. The one where my first owner was a freaking raccoon. I don't know.
I thought you were going to come out to be like, oh, my favorite art is The Bark of Dante by Eugene Delacroix.
Oh, okay. We get it. Someone did artsy shit.
Yeah, someone actually
studied
this
The only time I did art was in like high school or whatever, and I pissed off the teacher.
You don't want to talk about neoclassicism?
No,
okay.
Please. Actually, there's a funny, real quick story. Real quick, because especially since we're missing out some content now because Nathan's retarded.
Yes.
I remember in high school, even like back then, I was doing art that was related to like guns and stuff. Nothing like bad, just...
Oh, did you get in trouble for it too?
I got a teacher come up to me and he was like, hey, I just want to talk to you about your art real quick. And I'm like, all right. He's like, yeah, look, one of the other teachers has complained because we're starting to do stuff with clay in this room, and some of the younger students are starting to make guns out of clay because they saw your art and thought it was cool. So can we take it down?
Oh, jeez.
And I unfortunately folded. I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. I wish I didn't. But that's very funny.
That is so annoying. I'm sorry.
Influencing.
Okay, now I'm going to quickly take over Nathan's job. Okay, Phil, give us some dad advice.
No, I think instead of dad advice, this is the Thanksgiving episode. We all need to say what we're thankful for.
Yes.
Okay.
Do it.
So, do I need to start?
you can start because you brought it up.
Ah, shit.
Will this be coming out before or after Thanksgiving? Probably after, knowing.
Most likely after, knowing how soon to Thanksgiving we're recording
Well,
this.
we all hope you had a good Thanksgiving, and starting off with who's thankful? Phil.
Shit.
You're the one that brought it up.
I know I brought it up. I don't have a good answer.
I'm not thankful for anything.
Yeah, okay. The ungrateful Aussie.
Go on. Are you not going to say it? You're not thankful for anything?
No, I'm thankful for a lot of things, God damn it. I'm just trying not to be corny.
No, be corny. I shouted out some people. That's peak
All right,
corny.
yeah, that's fair. All right. I'm very thankful for my girlfriend. She's been amazing. It's been a full year with her now.
Got the name wrong of.
Yeah. Wait, was that before we lost you?
Anyway,
I'm thankful for Nathan fucking up because it's very funny.
Yeah. Oops.
It's okay, Nathan. We forgive you.
So, Nathan, what are you thankful for?
Oh gosh, America. I'm so fucking thankful for America. Hearing all of the things about
that's all right. No, I know how to tie a noose knot. That's fine. Yeah. that's
thankful
cool.
as fuck for America. Even.
Can we, BR, I have an edit request. Can you get, like, the US National Anthem playing over this while Nathan says it? I don't know if he will, but that would be hilarious.
I hope so, because I just want to talk about how great America is, how wonderful this country is, and the fact that you can get, still, in America, a hot dog, a quarter-pound all-beef hot dog at Costco for $1.50 with a drink. That is the most American thing.
You've got that Costco $1.50 dog.
I got that fucking dog in me.
Okay, Thanksgiving. I am thankful for the friends like this. Isn't that nice? I'm thankful for Nathan and Phil, and not BR because he didn't get on, the stupid bitch. BR, I hope you choke on your next meal. But not enough to actually die, just enough to kind of be like, damn, that kind of
Just be embarrassing.
Just be embarrassing, yeah. You and your beans and toast, or whatever you eat. Poor BR. He's going to have to sit through like an hour of editing this. He's just going to scrap the whole episode out of spite.
Just going to get rid of it.
Should we at least finish with a dad joke?
Yes, sure. Please.
Okay.
God,
this
please.
one's a tiny bit long. It'll take me like a minute. Is that all right?
Do it.
You guys are going to be so disappointed. All right. So there's this. You're already laughing, Phil. Calm down.
No,
Calm
it's
down.
hilarious.
I know. I'm just that funny. You know me, John. Very funny. So there's this horse that one day he was watching MTV and he saw that there was this music video on and the person was very, very good at drumming. He goes, oh, this is great. I want to take up drumming. So the horse goes and he does some drum lessons and the guy's like, yeah, I can teach you. And so the horse gets very, very good at drumming. And so he's playing on the side of the street and a chicken comes up and the chicken goes, oh, that's fantastic, but you kind of need a bass player. And so then the chicken goes, does music lessons, gets really good. And they both start playing. And then they're playing together and a dog comes along. And the dog goes, well, you guys still need a guitar player. And so the dog goes, learns some music lessons. And then they're all playing in a band. And they're all very successful and stuff like that. And one day the horse gets a call that his mother is in hospital. And so he has to quickly step off the plane that's about to fly to their next tour location. And so he goes and he gets to the hospital and sadly his mother passed away. And then as he's walking out of the hospital, Phil's got the most shook look on his face right now. As he gets out of the hospital, he gets a call that the plane that he was supposed to be on also crashed. So he's just terrible. The horse is so depressed. He's like, I want to die. I've lost everything. So the horse goes in and he goes, I'm going to go drink myself to death. So he finds a local bar and he walks in and then the bartender says, why the long face?
Motherfucker.
I know that you've heard the joke before, but you haven't heard it extended that long.
I knew that was going to be the punchline, and it just kept going. I was like, how the fuck does he get there?
The moment you heard walks into a bar, you're like, shit.
I was like, here it is.
I hope you're all disappointed.
I love to see it.
Okay.
Well, that was fantastic.
Was it?
Well, thank you for coming on. I will not dox you. I was about to. But,
thank you for coming on, and then you just read out my exact address, IP
social
address.
Security number, everything.
Coordinates.
Yeah. By the way, this man is a firearms criminal. Come get him at... But yeah, no, thank you again for coming on.
Thanks for having me on, genuinely.
Yeah.
Thanks
We've been planning this for genuinely over a year. So
yes.
It's kind of surreal to have it actually happen.
It's surreal just even, have it happen, because as I said, listening since episode 1 or something like that.
Holy shit. Well, hopefully we helped radicalize you, and hopefully there's other Australians who will listen to this and be like, wow, I got nothing out of this. But they...
They'll be like, wow, this guy's just terrible. This guy doesn't represent us at all.
Guns are bad, actually.
Guns are bad. Do you know that's a crime to even look at them?
This man knows too much. He needs to be locked away.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you again. We will do this again, and stay tuned for Art and War Games Day coming soon. Probably hosted by John. By John.
Yeah, John. That's me, John Doe. You know me. Or as my name on this program says, Jenny Tollwards.
Yes.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.